Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my family member, friends and loved ones and my followers out there all over the world. Yes, it's Johnny Baker. It's testimonial time. Another week's gone past. The year is flying. I just want to tell you a little bit about the power of LifeWays X39. It reactivates your own stem cells in your body and it generates up to 4,000 new genes in your body when you wear the miracle patch. I call it the miracle patch. My personal point of view, but what it's done for me and my family, it's definitely a miracle patch. It's the only technology of its kind in the world today, and we hold up to 200 worldwide patents on the product, so you can only get it from one of us at LifeWays, one of the brand partners at LifeWays. You will not find it in any pharmacy, chemists, or supermarkets, because we do direct sales. We sell it direct to the people that need it. And the reasons why we do that is to keep the price as low as possible so that everybody can afford this little miracle patch. So I just wanted to invite you to the LifeWay family. We one big family. Please come and join us. It's mind-boggling what this will do for your family members and friends and loved ones. So what happens when you turn 30? You lose 30%, 60% of your stem cells when you turn 30. Yeah? When you turn 30, you already lost 60% of your stem cells. That's mind-boggling. Eh? When you turn 60, you lose 90% of your stem cells. And that's why the older folk always get these funny diseases such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis, and all that type of thing. And all they have to do is join us, wear this. It reactivates their stem cells in your body. The stem cells is the thing that fights any disease that comes into your body. The moment you get the disease, it makes genes, and that genes go and fight stem cells. So anything that's happening in your body, your stem cells go there and it repairs that. And let me just tell you a little secret about this. This is an age reversal. So what happens when you turn 60? I'm 64 and I was grey. Your hair starts greying black. Coming back to your normal color, and your skin starts tightening up. So it's an age reversal. So wearing this patch will regenerate your whole body, fight all diseases. If you've got pains and heart problems and all that type of thing, go into the list. You'll see the list. There's 150 of them. Subscribe to all my channels, because then we can get to millions more people that need it. So the testimonial of this week, you'll see on the first page, there is a QR code. You can scan there and go to my YouTube channel, the landing page, and get the list of all the diseases. So it'll tell you the testimonial of 2025 week number. Where you see week number, there, just up there, you'll find in red will be the testimonial of the week. So please have a squiz there, see what it's all about. And then when you get to the next slide or video, it will be the testimonial. Somebody in the family that are using this medical patch and what it's done for them. And they'll tell you direct. It's definitely I have to watch. And then there's another video after that one, which is I've got to present this and tell you more about it, how it works, what you can get out of it, and all that. And they'll explain everything to you, all about the patch, and they'll present the whole thing. You can watch it to the end there. And then on the last slide, you'll find my slide with all my links and emails and numbers to drop me the message, and I'll get back to you. Because if your family member, friends, or loved ones get diagnosed with the big C disease, please don't hesitate. Let's get them on it as soon as possible, because some of those the big C's, you get aggressive ones that are very aggressive, and they don't give you much time to fight them. So I'm begging you, please, the moment you hear something's wrong, look, send in the links of this medical patch. And what happens, you wear it for 12 hours, you take it off, and then you sleep without it. You have to drink 1.5 liters of water every day that you're wearing it. And you put it next to the bed, you wake up the next day, you put it on for another 12 hours. And once you're done with that, you can take it off, you can put it on your pets. I normally staple it to their collars or stick it to their collars, and it makes a 15-year-old, I've got Jack Russells, it makes a 15-year-old Jack Russell run around like he's a year old. And he's full of energy and much more alert, which is all the benefits you get out of it. If you watch the presentation, you'll see it all. Guys, it's a no-brainer. This is the technology of the future. It is a non-invasive patch, so it's got nanocrystals in it, so nothing goes into your bloodstreams. Absolutely nothing goes in like your big pharma's tablets and all that type of thing. I went for a checkup the other day, and the doctor says I need to check your kidneys. I said, but why? He says, you're taking high blood pressure tablets, so that damages your kidneys. So that's how big pharma works. It's a big money-making racket. So once your kidney starts giving trouble, then you must take another tablet to fix the kidneys, and then damages something else. So that's why I say it's a money-making thing. The moment everything is gone of yours and they can't make more money out of you, they go to the next one and put him on tablets, or her, and then you end up taking 50 tablets. That's virtually killing you. It's one big fraud. The big pharma is one big fraud, because if you Google yourself, big pharma's never came up with a tablet or something that saves the disease and doesn't damage anything else. There is no such thing. Google it, you'll see. So that's why I say we need to get you, your family member, friends, or loved ones on this medical patch. It works with the heat in your body, your heat, your infrared, and the heat of your body activates it, and it sends a message to your brain to activate your copper peptides. Once your copper peptides is activated, that in turn reactivates all your stem cells that are dormant. And your dormant stem cells is what fights any disease that comes into you. Any bad knee pain or cartridges, it even rebuilds your cartridges in your body, in your back, all over. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And like I said, it regenerates you. It's an age reversal. So what happened? You see, my grey beard here hasn't gone black yet, but my hair was grey, just as bad as that. And look where we are today. I've got black hair, and I have to cut it at least once a week. I've got such good hair growth. My nails are growing. Your collagen goes up by 300% in your body when you're wearing these patches. So your skin becomes, you lose the wrinkles in your skin and makes your skin tighter, and it even reverses your heart in age. That's a guarantee. You can watch it on my presentation, and you'll see it there. David Schmidt is the brain behind this. We call him a genius. He's a designer, a scientist. He's the CEO of the company, and just watch the videos and you'll see the whole story about him and everything else like that. If you go onto my website on YouTube, you'll find over 300 testimonials there already, and you can watch any one of them. People with breast cancer, people with ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, all of those, and what it's done for people. Guys, it's a no-brainer. Just drop me a message, hook me up, and I'll, if you want more information, I'll drop that to you. And if you've got family members and friends, we'd love to help them, try and help them with it, so that they can live a younger, happier, and healthier life. So, guys, thank you for being here, and I'll see you next Saturday. Like I say, the testimonial of the week, you'll see it in red just up here. I'm doing this video because I have sometimes problems with the PCs in it, and then I can't get a video, so I can use this video for any day of the week. That's why I don't want to tell you what it is. Just have a look, and you'll see it in red. It will say the day of the week is in red. You'll find the testimonial of the week. So thank you for being here, and guys, let's do this and live a younger and a healthier and happier life without pain and suffering like people are doing all over the world today. Thank you, and we'll chat soon. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.
Am new to X39. I started the patch in December, I think it was December 30th of 2022. So very, very new. What was going on prior for me, I had frozen shoulder, had that for about 10 years. Plantar fasciitis, I think I've been dealing with that for at least 18 years. And low energy overall, just really tired at the end of the day. You know, I have 2 children, have a family, busy at work. So just, really tired a lot of the times, wanting to go to bed at least by 8:30. Sometimes that's challenging to do, when you're handling a family life, but, I'm just zapped at the end of the day. was introduced to the patches by Ella Mall, who's connected to Lemuria. And she actually talked to my partner about it. And then we all started the patches at the same time. When I started the patches, 1 week in, I noticed a difference in my energy level. And, you know, it was very subtle at first, but then I noticed, man, it's 9 o'clock and I'm not exhausted. I was able to interact with my children, interact with my family, actually stay up a little later and not feel so drained. So that was the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed, went to work out, and usually I have a lot of soreness the very next day. And I noticed that I wasn't as sore as I usually am when I work out. As it relates to my shoulder, right away I could tell that the stem cells were attacking this area because it became sore. But I do have better range of motion in almost less than a month in that area. So I'm able to raise my arm all the way up past my head.
And before that, where did you raise your arm to? Where it was?
Yeah, almost shoulder length, but it was tight after that. So then I would have to force it up. And so now I don't have to do that anymore. So that's
great.
Yeah, so I can just raise it up. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. As it relates to my plantar fasciitis, that was exacerbated years ago when I did Zumba. So I have a lot of scar tissue there. And so I noticed the stem cells were actually working there, a lot of energy moving there because it's still really sore. So that's a work in progress. And I'm looking forward to, that healing for sure. So that's my story in a nutshell.
I know that's your story, and I know what's coming up is very sensitive for you. So let's talk about your 12-year-old son.
Absolutely. So my 12-year-old son also started X39 December 30th, 2022. Just a little background on him. He was diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder, from kindergarten on. He, really lacks focus and inattention, has some impulsivity. And so the things that we tried early on, we enrolled him into Brain Balance when he was in the 2nd grade. And that program helps to alleviate right or left brain dominance and kind of brings your both hemispheres into alignment. We restricted his diet under that program, removed dyes, milk. He was gluten-free, dairy-free, of course, and we limited screen time. And we saw some results from that program, but he still lacked focus. We kept hearing from the teachers that he just wasn't able to keep up with his work, keep up with the classwork, and they accommodated him in many different ways, but we still had to, work with him to keep up with schoolwork. And so, and he was redirected a lot in the classroom by the teacher and also by us at home. A lot of the times when he came home, we noticed he had a whole lot of classwork that had not been completed. And we also had to keep up with his homework. And a lot of the times, even now, well, even before the patch, we would ask him, hey, do you have homework? And he would always say no. And then we would find out later that he was behind on his homework and he had many missing assignments. So there was a lot of work on Kathleen and I's part to try to make sure that he kept up with that work. So then he started the X39 patch, and about a week in, he came home one day and he said, Mommy, I have homework. And, I probably wasn't present. It didn't register for me. And I said, oh, okay. So he started doing it. I didn't think anything of it. The very next day he came home and he said, Mommy, I have homework. And I said, really? I said, what classes do you have homework in? And he says, well, I have English, I have social studies, and I have math. And I broke down at the table and I just cried. I mean, it was the very first time that he has even recognized that he had homework, that he was even interested in doing his homework. And it was overwhelming for me. It still is when I think about it. And, you know, we are extremely grateful for this technology. I truly cannot say what a miracle it is for us, because it requires so much work on our part. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. This changed your life. Your child is coming back. I know that you shared with me that usually getting ready for school, that he had to be reminded to brush his teeth, to put on clothes, deodorant, different normal things. And now he's just knowing what to do. He's even making his bed, things that he just never did before. So, and not even 3 months, your child's life is turning around.
I mean,
Correct.
it hasn't even been a month. It will be a month, January 30th. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, it feels like a miracle. We are so grateful to Miss Ella Mall, to Lemuria for being the conduit, and for the inventor, David Schmidt, for making this available and making it affordable.
Good. We are 1 minute after 8. It is Friday evening. I'm in my usual spot, and this is a new episode of the Friday Evening Movie. Good evening, and welcome to everybody that's joining from wherever you are in the world. My name is Andrew Lomax, and it's an absolute pleasure for me to be able to share with you this incredible information this evening about this remarkable technology that is literally making waves in people's lives, especially in the area of health and wellness. On the screen is a question: have you been patched? And that's exactly what we're going to delve into tonight and get an understanding of what that really means. This little patch, about the size of a South African 5 Rand coin that you can see on this lovely lady's arm, is what this meeting is all about. We're going to talk about what the patch does, what it consists of, and how and why it is so important that we are somehow connected with this patch. There are 3 keywords on this opening screen, and I want you to keep those 3 keywords in mind as we journey together through this information. The words are elevate, activate, and regenerate, because those 3 words are exactly what this patch does. And we'll talk a little bit more about them as we journey together through the information, and we'll get a little bit more of an understanding of how this all happens. The patch that we're going to focus on this evening is a patch called X39, and X39 has become recognized as a stem cell activation technology in a patch. A product that's definitely way ahead of its time, but is most certainly embraced the world over. So the X39 is the one that we will pay most of our attention to this evening. So to get into this and to get an understanding of it, let's have a look at this brief video clip, and then we'll share the information together.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body, how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39.
So that's the product we're going to focus on, and the product comes to us from a company called LifeWave. LifeWave has been established since 2004 and is already up and running and active in 87 countries across the globe. It produces innovative and patented products, particularly for the health and wellness industry, and the X39 patch was launched in 2019. From 2019 to now, it's done over $600 million in sales, with a projected sales figure of $1 billion for this year. If you have a look at those figures in the block, you'll see a massive rate of growth, 3,000% in the last 5 years. That is absolutely amazing. It's the fastest growing and is the winner of the 2024 and 2025 Bravo Growth Award. So an incredible achievement and established company that has been around for 21 years this year. They're not going anywhere, that's for certain, other than to greater places. They have an image of the patent area at the LifeWave Experience Center, and as you can see in that little notation, it says patents are in our DNA. So sums up just about everything this company is heading towards doing and focusing on, making us heal and restore from the inside out. The man behind this, as it said in the video, David Schmidt, he's the inventor of these products, but also the founder and the CEO of LifeWave, and he holds 200 patents. I believe there's only 2 people in the world that hold 200 patents or more, and he is one of them. Very important to note that he is a scientist and an inventor. He's not a medical doctor, and he doesn't have a medical background at all, but he has a very, very inquiring mind and received an honorary doctorate for science and technology, but over and above that, he's also a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. He specialized in age-reversing technologies, but in 2008, he shifted his focus and his attention to stem cell research. And through his introduction to stem cell research, he started the development process for X39. And X39 has been able to achieve far more than any other sort of stem cell therapies and treatments has been able to do. X39's patent, just one of them, took 10 years to achieve and cost $4.5 million to bring to market. So this man is heavily invested not only in the technology of this company, but in the future of this company. And he says himself in some of the videos we've seen from him lately that he's so pleased of where the company has come to that he's able to do what he's passionate about, and that is to keep on inventing. Here's just an excerpt from the patent of the X39 patch. And remember those 3 key words from the very first slide that we saw this evening: elevate, activate, and regenerate. So here's the excerpt from the X39's patent, and you can see clearly that this is what is said the product does. So with a patent, it's important that every aspect of the product is patented, from its size to its color to its packaging to the actual workings of the product. So the science is tested, The patent protects the science, and the patent also protects you as the consumer with the product claiming that it does what it says it will do. So we know from personal experience that the product does what it says it will do, but we can see from what is revealed in the patent and what the claim is there that the patch also does what it was intended to do. So the keywords again were elevate, activate, and regenerate, and this excerpt says that the embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including the activation of stem cells and improvements in energy and the elevation of antioxidants. So there's the elevation, activation, and the regeneration summed up in the patent. So why are these patches so important, and why would we choose them? Well, you see, as we age, our stem cells become dormant. They don't die, they just become lazy and sleepy. And that's why we become lazy and sleepy as we age. We get older, we get tireder, we take longer to heal, we get all sorts of aches and pains, our skin starts to shrivel up and we get all these wrinkles that we didn't ever think we would get. We start losing our hair, our teeth, and other things like that. But that's part of this process of these stem cells becoming dormant. A teenager has about 1 billion active adult stem cells. But by age 30, the number has dropped off to 400 million. It's a 60% reduction in active stem cells, which is absolutely crazy. If you think from your teens to your 30s is not a very, very long way in years, but for the 60% of your stem cells to have become dormant by that age is absolutely insane. Anyway, so this aging process begins and we start to feel older, and by the time we're 40, we kind of reach the top of the hill apparently, and then we step over to the other side and they say it's all downhill from there, but I don't really necessarily agree with that. But by age 60, the number of active stem cells we have reduces to just 100 million. That's a 90% reduction from your teens. So the stem cell activation patch, this X39 patch, is designed to help your body reactivate its own stem cells, which will reverse that aging process, but at the same time start healing and restoring anything that may be damaged on the inside and then reflecting itself on the outside. So how does it work? Well, we saw in the little video up front that it works with a process of phototherapy, photo meaning light. Now, every single one of us emits infrared light. That's why we can be viewed under thermal imaging devices, and that light is a source of major energy. Now, the patch is made up of organic nanocrystals that are in the little white lattice in the center of the patch, and from those crystals, the light of the infrared light from your body is reflected back into your body through the skin. And light works in waves, sine waves, and those waves have frequency. And that frequency activates a copper peptide. In X39's case, it is the copper peptide GHKCU that is activated. And the copper peptide is then responsible for activating your body's own stem cells. So the science behind it is to obviously elevate the copper peptide's frequency and the amount of the copper peptide that is available in the body, and the copper peptide gets to work in activating the stem cells. The stem cells then get to work in doing what they were created to do. They are the building blocks of our body. They build every single part, the muscles, the fiber, the blood. Every single part requires stem cells. So these stem cells then get to work where they are most needed in the body, and they start a process. There are no drugs, stimulants, or chemicals or anything foreign in the patch. It is totally non-transdermal, which means that nothing leaves the patch and enters your skin, and it is a non-invasive technology. So because nothing is leaving it and nothing entering into your body, it cannot be invasive, if that makes sense. There's no injections going into you. There's no other foreign substances. So it's a really, really safe technology, and it definitely has no side effects or things like that, because there's nothing in it that can cause those sort of side effects that a drug or something like that would do. Some of the benefits of X39, and please note I said some because there are many, many more, all right? People will testify to these things as they go along. And I really believe that when David set out on the path of creating the X39, he didn't expect it to do what we have been seeing it do. I think the things that were listed here were the priority and the things that were the focus, but all the other things that we've seen and the benefits are just absolutely brilliant. Nothing short of a miracle. So these are the main benefits: rapid pain relief, mental clarity, reduced inflammation, enhances sports performance, supports wound healing, faster recovery from exercise, better energy and vitality, and improved skin appearance. Now, I've only been utilizing the X39 patch since late in March this year, and I have experienced every single one of these benefits that are displayed on the screen already. I have experienced some others, but just to back up what is said here and give you an understanding from personal point of view, I have tasted and seen that this is good. Some of the long-term results from the X39, and these are as per the case studies, which you can view on the This Is It Info website. Please take that website down if you haven't already seen it. Go pay it a visit. On that website, you'll get all of the information about X39, all of the case studies and the results from the case studies, as well as testimonies, doctor interviews, and a whole lot more. But with the case studies, these were the results that were experienced by the majority of the people participating in the case study. Within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset in your body. And within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased, and within 6 months, the heart begins to reverse in age. Please note that it says within a time frame, okay? So with the clinical trial, you would have experienced, or the people on the trial would have had to experience the same or similar results within the same time frame in order for them to make a claim. Some people may have experienced the balancing of their brain within the first 2 to 3 weeks. Others only within the 6th week. So that's why those things are there. And it's also just so that you don't go into utilizing these patches with some sort of false expectation and you sort of start watching the clock. But there's a great set of instructions that are given to utilizing these things. And these are the results that were recorded from the clinical trials, so we know that the evidence exists to prove what it does. David states that this is not anti-aging. We all have to age. It's just age reversing. So by reversing the age, especially of our vital organs like our heart, it can prolong your life and give you a better quality of life. How do we wear these patches? Well, on the screen, you see 2 positions that they have indicated there. Those are the 2 points that were tested during the clinical trials. But we have obviously got a lot more users across the world now, and people have found that by placing the patch anywhere on your body, it will still deliver the same results. You wear a patch for 12 hours on, preferably during the day, especially the X39, and 12 hours off. The 12 hours off is actually as important as the 12 hours on, because your body needs time to rest and repair and rejuvenate. The resting part of your health is as important as the active part of your health. Also, whilst wearing the patch, drink plenty of good quality water. Make sure that you are drinking good quality water, because there is some really bad water out there, and some of the water contains a lot of heavy metals which are toxic to your system and can cause some other problems. But just make sure you're drinking good quality of water, and it does say plenty of water. Getting a good understanding of what that means, from my point of view, I always just advise you're wearing the patch for 12 hours, make sure you have at least 1 glass of water. This is not water. At least 1 glass of water every hour for whilst you're wearing the patch. Along with the new patch, you can apply a used patch the next day using medical tape or some other adhesive and apply it to your body where you need some extra support. So this has just been through people's personal experience that they found that this can be done, and there's no harm in doing it. The patches have a 16 to 24-hour use, so maximize that use. You can either use it on yourself, or you can use it on a smaller being like a younger child, or you can use it on your pets, because we have seen incredible results in animals as well. So don't necessarily throw that patch away, stretch it out, utilize it as a secondary patch, because you can wear more than one patch at a time. Okay, and I advise that you wear some of the supporting patches with the X39 as well, but we talk a little bit about the supporting patches later on. So there's a 90-day process that David suggests, and this is really just a suggestion, but if it comes out of David's mouth, I would take it as gospel, because he is so invested in the science and so passionate about this product that he's examined every single way to make this thing give you optimum results. Important to note, the X39 is only there to help your body get those stem cells activated. The stem cells will decide that they will get to work where your body needs it the most. Not the X39, not you as the carrier of your brain. The stem cells will determine where the area of most need is in your body. So just to give an example of this, all right? Let's say, for instance, you suffer from gout. Gout is normally caused through something that you eat too much of, or something that is too rich in fats or too acidic, and it causes some pain and inflammation in your joints, normally in your fingers or in your toes. But the gout is not the pain in your toes and in your fingers, is not what is not necessarily the cause. It's a symptom. It's a warning sign from your body that there's a problem somewhere else. So now you start taking or making use of these patches to help you to overcome these symptoms. But in your mind, you're thinking, well, this is going to immediately relieve that symptom. But the X39, in conjunction with the stem cells that it's waking up, they decide, hang on a minute, let's rather fix the issue in the gut first. So they get to work in the gut, and they start restoring the gut and whatever is in imbalance there. And the next time you eat that food that is too fatty, or you drink that drink that is too acidic, you don't display the same symptoms. But the X39 didn't cause the stem cells to go straight to the pain that was in your fingers. It sent the stem cells to the gut that needed the attention first. So I hope that makes sense. We can't dictate to the body where it's going to work. The stem cells will find the warning signs in the body, and they will address the pertinent issues immediately. So David advises that we wear these patches for a minimum of 90 days to get your body into balance. And then his suggestion is that you wear a patch daily for at least 1 month per decade of life to achieve optimum results. Now, we saw that stem cells become more dormant the older we become. So the older you are, the longer it will take to get those stem cells active and awakened. So this just makes absolute sense what David is sharing here. So someone in their 30s would need to wear the patches for the first 90-day process, and then an additional 3 months. Someone in their 60s would follow the same 90-day process and then an additional 6 months to achieve the optimum results and to get as many stem cells active again as possible. It's only a recommendation, but like I said, if it comes from David's mouth, I see it as gospel and I will follow it because he's the man behind the science. We have seen results in as little as minutes. Some people are one-patch wonders, all right? But not everybody is, because everyone's body is unique and different, and we have all done different things with our bodies and to our bodies in the journey of our lives. Detox symptoms may occur as your stem cells reactivate, and this is normal, because this is a work of restoration that is happening in your body. So before you start restoring anything, the most important thing is to clean and prepare. Detoxing is cleaning and preparing the body in preparation for the work of restoration that needs to take place. So don't be afraid of the detox. It's an essential part of your body's own regeneration process. David says that this X39 is his greatest achievement. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seems like a miracle or too good to be true, but it is simply applying the magic of stem cells to the human body. Remember, there's no stem cells in the patches, all right? People refer to it as a stem cell patch. No, not at all. No stem cells in the patch whatsoever. This is your body's own stem cells being awakened and doing what they were designed and created to do. So let's have a look at some of these results that back up the claims from the clinical trials as well. And the first set of images we're going to have a look at here are topography images taken from a 77-year-old woman's brain. During the first session, when the first image was taken, we can see that there was no X39 present, but her brain displayed a large amount of inflammation. Red in these images is always bad, okay? In any medical image, red is bad. Even when you cut yourself and you bleed, it's red. It's bad, okay? Get to the hospital, get a plaster, get it sorted out. Red in the brain, it's dangerous, it's inflammation, you're at risk. What happens if the brain is inflamed? Well, you could land up with some bad headaches, you could land up being dizzy, you could land up feeling disorientated, many things, okay? I'm not a medical professional, but I have an understanding of how dangerous inflammation is. Session 2, just 3 weeks on X39. Inflammation is gone completely. There is no evidence of red in that image, and the brain coherence is returning. So the brain is becoming more balanced. By session 3, 6 weeks on X39, complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity, and better brain coherence. What was the claim from the clinical trial? Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Some more inflammation reduction images, and this time the human heart is on display. Again, red is not a good thing. Red is always a warning sign. This heart is at risk. This heart is overworking. What's causing it to overwork? Well, I don't know who the person was that the image was taken from, but it could be that you are maybe overweight. It could be that you have over-exercised. Various things can cause inflammation in the heart. But it's important to understand that this organ never rests. If the heart goes to sleep, for some reason you go to sleep, all right, for a very long time. This thing needs to keep on beating and working constantly. So the better health we can provide for our heart, the better our heart will heal and sustain us. Okay, so day 1, you can see a large amount of inflammation in that heart. A lot of warning indicators and markers in the images. And by session 2, after 2 months, there's still inflammation present, but the inflammation has reduced, okay? But there is a process of regeneration. And by 5 months, you can see almost no inflammation in those images. The heart is looking healthier, it's looking younger. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age, as per the clinical trials. More inflammation reduction, this time of somebody's upper back and their shoulders, neck region. Just after 30 minutes of using the X39, you can see a massive reduction in the inflammation. These images of the lady's hands, very important. Something that needs to be said about these images. This lady wasn't even wearing the X39 on her body. She was carrying it in her hand. And after 30 minutes, look at how the inflammation has reduced. What's so important about that? The fact that the patch doesn't have to physically be stuck onto your body, which means that people who may have a slight allergy to the adhesive on the patches can still utilize the patches by actually just attaching them to the inside of a piece of clothing. As long as the patch is in very close proximity to the body, it will do what it is designed to do. People say it's in your head, it's a placebo. Yeah. Nonsense, right? Okay. Can animals have a placebo effect? Well, not really. And this horse tells us a story. The images on the bottom left show you the physical appearance of the horse, but the images to the top right scream something else. This horse is in danger. Physically, you can see he's looking undernourished, his coat is looking a mess, there's a lot of things going on the outside, but on the inside, it looks like a kaleidoscope. There's a multitude of colors there, various shades of purple and then red. That is massive inflammation. This horse is at risk, a lot of danger, okay? 4 months of utilizing the patch image. Look at the medical image first and then look at the physical image. The medical image shows after 4 months, there's a huge reduction in the inflammation. There's something much better going on inside that horse. And then we look at the physical appearance and see a shinier coat, a healthier looking horse, some dreadlocks added in there with those colorful beads. But this horse is on the way to better health. Another powerful testimony that we have is this young Dachshund Poplap. Poplap was paralyzed in her back legs, and the owner applied X39 for just 4 days, and Poplap was restored to health. If you really want to see the video of this incredible testimony, just ask whoever invited you to this call to send you the recording of that clip. We spoke about the increase in collagen, and here we can see some images. This is from Dr. Stacy Holweger, and you can see from using X39 starting in 2021 to 2024, complete change. Those crow's feet have disappeared. The eyes, lines under the eyes have gone, more light coming into her eyes. The skin is looking healthier. There's a glow to it, okay? We see these other ladies as well, both using the patches for 1 year. Again, look at the eyes. Look how there's more light coming into the eyes, how the eyelids have opened up. Absolutely amazing. Collagen is an incredible thing in our body. We really, really need it, and we need to pay attention to it. So the X39 helps to increase those levels. Some other incredible things that we've seen results with. Vitiligo, not quite common, but it's a very difficult thing to treat. I don't think there is really any treatment for it medically. Most medical practitioners would just prescribe some sort of camouflage cream to their patient. The gentleman in the bottom left image, using X39 for just 3 months, look very closely at the first image of him on the left. Look at the vitiligo around his nose and in the socket of his eyes here, and then just high on the cheekbones. Look at the image on the right of him. That vitiligo has gone. It's cleared up. On his forehead, it's disappeared. Okay, the gentleman in the images on the top right, using X39 for 1 year and some light box therapies, and you can see he has cleared that vitiligo up completely. Bell's palsy is another thing that we've seen some incredible results with. You see the paralysis in this lady's face, how it's distorted. 3 months, just 3 months of using the X39. And you can even see the patch just above her collar line there. And you see what a wonderful result she's had. Psoriasis, I've had personal experience with this condition, and utilizing the X39 patch, this was cleared up. This was after 10 days. Mine was cleared up in about 21 days, but it was a lot worse than this and more pronounced on my lower leg. So definitely helps with these skin irritations and issues. Wound healing, this is Giselle's finger, the pointy finger. You can see she had a very bad cut on her finger. And that first image was after 2 days. I think the first images might have been a bit too graphic. And she utilized the patches, predominantly X39, to help with the wound healing. And after 20 days, you can see how that wound has healed up nicely. This wound was so deep she would have needed stitches, but she trusted and believed in the product, and look at the results. So more images of wound healing. This wound on this lady's face, you can see just how the patches have helped to heal that and restore the skin. This gentleman's face here, I don't know what happened to him, but that was some serious head trauma, and he's wearing multiple patches. We spoke about being able to do that, so you can see, if you see close enough in the image on the left, there's 2 patches in very close proximity to each other. The amber patch and the white patch, that would be the ice wave patch for pain reduction. We've definitely got X39 in there somewhere, and I'm almost certain he would be wearing the Aeon patch for inflammation reduction, and possibly the carnosine. And you can see after 7 weeks how his wound is healed completely, but not only that, his skin just looks a lot better. The wound healing from a burn, 3 days of using the patches, 5 days, 7 days, and after 2 weeks, you can see that burn has completely gone. No nasty scarring, no blistering at all. Blood circulation is another thing that we've seen incredible results with the X39. This foot on the left is a no-go. It's terrible condition, no circulation going through there. The foot is actually dying. Okay, you're not getting enough blood, not getting enough oxygen. This happens a lot in people that have diabetes and can end up losing their feet. Person started using the X39, placed on the foot. After 5 days, look at this difference in that image. Isn't it amazing? Absolutely incredible. Okay, and that is just what you saw in the first image is portrayed here in the second image through a live blood analysis of what this product can do, how powerful your body is in responding to the X39, and how quickly it takes effect. 4,000 genes resetting your body within the first few days is phenomenal work, okay? But this is happening in just 10 minutes, where blood that is so badly clumped together is being restored to what you see in the image on the right here and becoming healthier and allowing the things to happen in the circulatory system at a better rate and as they were intended to. Edema is another issue relating to circulation and water retention. You see these feet here badly swollen, and there's not much you can do really to treat that. It's uncomfortable, it's unpleasant. Put your feet up, put your feet down, put cold packs on, hot packs on, doesn't really make much difference. But X39 applied in just 3 weeks made a massive difference to these feet. Only thing missing, a really good pedicure. Hair loss. A lot of people struggle with this. Unfortunately, not one of them, or should I say fortunately, they say to some God gave hair, to others he gave brains. Well, you can see what I was blessed with. This gentleman struggling with hair loss, that bald patch growing quite tremendously on the top of his head there, and you see the anti-aging or the age reversing process coming in here. All right, age reversing. The image on the left, the first image, the image on the right, the last image after 7 weeks. Not only is the hair growth restored, but look at the color of the hair. Gone from gray, turning back to its natural color. Same with this gentleman after just 6 weeks. Bald patch appearing from the top of the head to the crown, new hair growth coming in, original hair color restored. Some people struggling with the hair loss, pulling out lots of hair from the brush or the shower grate. You can see what's happening here. After just 3 months on the X39, that hair loss reduction is absolutely incredible. But encourage them to try it, and let them be the first ones to give their testimony. Athletes on patches. So we always think, well, I'm not sick. Why would I need these? Remember, the heart attack you have in your 50s and 60s started in your 30s and 40s. The dementia you get in your 60s and 70s started in your youth, in your 50s, 40s and 30s. So we might be healthy now, but these stem cells are still becoming dormant. But here are some pictures of people that you might know. Some of these might be your heroes that you idolized, but athletes have been wearing patches since 2004. 21 years ago, the very first patch that David started utilizing in the marketplace was the Energy Enhancer patch. First group of athletes that it was used with was the American Olympic swimming team. Michael Phelps was one of the swimmers in that team. Serena Williams has used the patches, David Beckham, Lorenzo Savadori, and there are many, many others. In fact, someone posted a picture, I think it was a week or two ago, of some of the ladies in the Swiss soccer team utilizing the patches. So these are supposedly the image of health, okay? So these are not just for people that are suffering with terrible ailments. These are for everybody. Again, I'll bring you back to this incredible website. Go and have a look at it. It is full of information, not just about the patch, but about the patents, testimonies from various other people, and doctor reviews from doctors that are in various fields of medicine. So it's not like you're having one perspective. You're going to hear some testimonies from doctors and reviews from doctors that are in chiropractics and other doctors in various forms of health and wellness medicine. So go and have a look at that, and everything you need to know is on that website regarding this amazing product. So we've spoken about the X39 at length. X39 is the foundation patch because it's working at the foundation of our being. It's activating those stem cells, the foundation cells. Along with the X39 is the Eon patch. These two, they call the dynamic duo. They work so well together. And often what we suggest is that you lead with the Eon because the Eon helps to reduce inflammation and it supports the body's response to the X39. It also reduces adrenal fatigue. So these two work beautifully in tandem with each other. As it says, they are the dynamic duo, but the Eon patch was the flagship patch before the X39 was launched. So we know, and we have a long history of it because it's been around for longer than the X39, that it's an amazing supplementary patch. The X49 is the performance patch, which helps improve muscle mass, increases bone density, and improved heart health. Again, you can see how it would complement what the X39 is doing. Ice Wave is a fast-acting pain relief. It eases tension headaches, and there's absolutely no drugs or side effects, so it's really safe to use for all sorts of pain relief. Glutathione is the detox patch. It helps boost the body's own immune system. It's a very powerful antioxidant, and it helps to eliminate any heavy metals in your body. Carnosine is the clarity patch. It helps improve your brain function, increases focus and alertness, and it also improves thyroid function. Silent Nights is the sleep patch. It induces melatonin, increases your sleep duration, and improves your deeper sleep. Any energy enhancer, we've spoken about that just briefly. It does exactly what the name says. It enhances your energy. It increases your vital energy level. It helps to burn fat for energy, and it unlocks negative energies. SP6 Complete is the cravings patch, helps with appetite regulation, supports hormone balance, and it improves your liver function. And then the Alavida is the beauty sleep patch. It is for vibrant and firmer skin, reduces wrinkles, and stimulates the pineal gland. Alavida is not a supporting product of polyfiller, as I subsequently found out. I always believed that the only thing we could ever use to reduce wrinkles was polyfiller. So by mistake, I bought my mother some for her 50th birthday once, and it was frowned upon. Let's have a look at the pricing points, but just a bit of perspective before we go to have a look at these prices. There is nothing that you can really compare X39 to. It is in a league of its own, but if you were to try and bring a comparison to the results that it delivers, you would have to start looking into stem cell injections or stem cell replacement therapies. These things start at around $10,000. They're a lot more than that. This is a very conservative figure. And there is only a maximum of a 50% chance that they will work. What I don't like about those things is you are putting something foreign into your body, something you don't know, somebody else's stem cells, something else's stem cells, or something that's not even stem cells. We don't know. And you're paying a hefty fortune for that. But the LifeWave X39 patches are more effective. And David says that healing isn't just physical. It's mental, emotional, and even spiritual. Light and energy can help create balance across all these areas. So what's next for you? You've got a choice to make, okay? You could either be a retail customer, purchase the product at retail price and enjoy the benefits of it, or you could become a preferred customer, register, have access to your own back office, purchase the product at wholesale price, or you could become a brand partner. There's a business opportunity that exists with this amazing company, brilliant compensation plan. And if you wanted to take advantage of that, then being a brand partner would be the best thing you could do. Turn LifeWave into a business by sharing it with others, exactly like we're doing with you on this call tonight. The choice is entirely yours. It has been an absolute privilege for me to share this information with you this evening. I'm going to now stop sharing the screen, and I'm going to find somebody to share a testimony with us. So if you're willing and able and wanting to share a testimony, raise your
So guys, you can see we are 20-year-old pioneers in this life technology. Guys, it's a no-brainer. The time is now for you to make a move and get started with LifeWave's X39. It's the only technology of its kind in the world today. And I've put it now today in the hands of, in your hands. So please don't hesitate and don't lose out. Join us and let's get this technology to you, your family, your friends and your loved ones that are living with pain and suffering in the world today. Guys, it's a no-brainer. Please like, subscribe and share on all my channels and follow. Please follow as well. I've got QR codes at the bottom. You can just scan them. The QR code will take you to the preferred site that you would like to see the full testimonial. You can also click onto the icons. It will also take you direct if you can't scan. There's an email address, a QR code with an M in it. It'll take you direct to my email. You wouldn't have to type in the address and whatnot. Please, guys, drop me a message so that I can hook you up to this fantastic technology, a miracle patch, my point of view. Guys, it's a no-brainer. Please get out there, share this with all your family member, friends, loved ones that are living with pain and that are suffering in the world today. Guys, it's not necessary. Let's get this movie. Please, like I say, subscribe, share, like, and follow, because that gets us deeper into the internet network, and we can get to millions more people that need this technology in their lives to live a happy and younger life. Guys, this year the company is aiming to reach $1 billion for income for the year. Now that can't happen if this technology doesn't work. There's more thousands and thousands of people joining us on a daily basis and seeing the benefits out of this miracle patch. Again, my own point of view. So guys, please don't hesitate and don't lose out. I've put it now in your hands. Let's get a move. I'll help you get in and get hold of the technology, and we can help your friends and everybody. Guys, thank you for watching the video to the end. And remember, join us. This is Johnny signing out from Johannesburg, South Africa on the 2nd of July 2025. Freezing out here in South Africa. Guys, please, I'm waiting to hear from you. Just scan my email or drop me a WhatsApp. The WhatsApp QR code will take you direct to my WhatsApp, and drop me that message. And let's get started. Let me help you get in a hold of this product, this miracle patch. Remember my point of view. Let's get it going. Thank you for being here. I love you lots, and I hope to see you next week. Live a happy, younger, healthier, and pain-free life out there. Thanks. See you next week again. Enjoy the week. Bye.